Hello, it's Kat Kruger, your Dungeon Master here at D20 Dames. In this week's episode, we're wrapping up another mini-adventure from In Volo's wake. The Dames were on a mission to find a missing elf, which took them to Neverwinter Wood. So far, they've encountered really mean butterflies and ew-inspiring monstrosities. They wound up saving a couple little kids, and then Hocus Pocus walked their way into a Hag Hut. There, they discovered the elf they were looking for actually had some pretty bad intentions for Phandalin. With the sort of help of the hags, they were making their way through a bunch of enchanted rooms when Rose and Quoth found themselves face to face with the villain. Let's jump back in now.
I want to try to communicate the path I took that got me here.
Okay. Some Quoth can hear and see things for you, right?
Oh, yeah, true. If you tell Quoth, I can hear you.
Quoth, tell Navarre I went through the west door from the main room. Then I tried to walk through the big double doors. And then I exited that final door and ended up here. And you're going to jump through 3 rooms. And while this is happening, I'm like getting my quarterstaff kind of
Yes,
ready.
Because, when you land in that room, the first thing that Delcy does is conjure a blight.
Again?
Okay, so Navarre's going to step down the hallway and stick out her arm in like a V shape in front of Riot for her to link on.
Oh, really? I'm dancing right now seems not like the best time.
Rose told us via Quoth a specific path to take.
All right.
So-
Is it 394?
3954.
3954.
Let's do it. So we walk through the
6,
western
7.
door,
All right.
arm in arm.
And actually, you wind up in the room with Delcy.
Okay, well, that was easy enough.
Hi, guys.
Well, let's do this thing. And I nod to Quoth for him to come back on my shoulder.
Oh.
It's Quoth's turn to fight that blight, right?
Oh, is that where we were in initiative?
Mm-hmm. I closed the door before I got to do anything cool.
Yeah. So before Riot and Navarre actually show up, Delcy and Rose, you get a round on each other.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So I'm going to take a double-handed swing with my quarterstaff at this blight and just attempt to home run it right through the midsection.
All right.
And we'll say that Quoth hops off your shoulder and just kind of hovers above to give you space.
That sounds like a good idea. It won't affect my swing then. Okay, so that is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And it is a only 5 damage.
So you make contact with the twig blight, and your quarterstaff just slices like right through it, and it splinters apart and falls to pieces. And then
Kindling.
And then it's Delcy's turn.
Oh.
And what she's going to do is conjure another blight and take off through the door.
Damn it.
Oops, wrong dice.
Get back here.
So now and all of a sudden, Riot and Navarre walk into the room, and there's a blight, and Rose and Quoth goes back on Navarre's shoulder, and Delcy has disappeared.
She was just here. She's here. I totally obliterated a blight, and then she was gone.
And you do see legit evidence that Rose obliterated that blight. It's like just a pile of sticks.
Yeah, we were going to hold her feet to that fire.
The hags you can hear them like opening, closing doors, and sort of that one of them peeks her head through the wall. She sort of like shows up. She's like, "Dearies, she's in the opposite end of the hut here. Do I sense some magical item on one of you.
I have a wand of conducting.
We're all
No,
like,
that's-
maybe.
That's not the... that's not what I'm sensing. There's some weird magic.
Ooh. Right, looks at Navarre.
Navarre reaches down in her boot and pulls out the flute of illusions or whatever it's called.
Oh, dearie, no, that's not... maybe I'm mistaken.
Is it Rose digs through her bag, pulls out the fabric, and quickly unties the knot and then holds the black crystal out?
Oh,
this?
What is that?
We encountered it on the path in the woods. It created this horrible two-headed dog creature out of two children.
Well, that sounds really interesting, but not overly helpful. How about you look into that while we try to corner Delcy and find her for you before she takes off to another room and she just disappears.
What does she mean, look into this? It's a black stone. I can't look into it. It's like opaque.
If somebody would like to attempt intelligence arcana check, you may do so.
Someone other than Riot.
Rose can try. Rose will try.
You can make the check with advantage.
Oh, thank God.
Goodness.
Oh, that was
Oh, no?
8.
Well, yours is actually better than mine.
It is still an opaque black crystal.
Yep.
It seems weirdly magical, as the hag had suggested, but you don't really know what it does.
Like in a way that it didn't feel before?
No, it's you just get the sense from what you're while you were holding it and trying to figure it out. You get a sense that it's magic, but who knows what it does.
Ooh. Right, towards them. Maybe you say 2 names of things you want to be combined while you hold it up above your head or something. Say our names.
Noir's eyes go really wide.
What?
Just or spit on it and polish it. One of the two. You don't have to say our names. You could say any 2 items you see. Lamp.
Fire blight?
Oh, what? Why would you combine 2 terrible things we can't control? Does anything happen?
Nothing happened.
No, thank God. Well, speaking of which, what is happening with this blight that is apparently still in our room?
Oh yes, there is a blight in the room, and we need to deal with that.
I don't know what order we're in now. Or like who left off.
We're back to the top of the order, so it's Navarre.
Oh, okay. Let's try Eldritch Blasting this little guy.
All right.
Since Delcy decided to leave the party. It's an 8.
That unfortunately misses the blight.
Yep, that streak of energy just zooms right past it.
Rose, what would you like to do?
Rustles its twigs.
I'll do another baseball bat swing.
All right, go for it.
Hold on. I hit some
Home
wall.
run.
Yeah. That would be 16 to hit.
That hits. Roll your damage.
And my damage. Ho. 9 damage.
And again, you smash it and you show the other ladies that that's how you do it.
This is how it's done. She's like, ooh.
2 for 2. Now let's find that elf. Other elf.
So which door do we walk through?
One of the...
There's only one door in here.
Auntie Buck comes by and she looks at you and she notices the 2 piles of twigs and she looks at you, Rose, and says, well, haven't you figured it out yet? And she grabs onto your wrist and tries to pull you through the wall with her.
That's fun.
Uh-huh.
So you need to do a charisma saving throw.
Okay. 13.
All right. So you save, and because you're not really sure what exactly is going on here, but you're able to walk through the wall with Auntie Bach. And she says, well, there you go. That's it then, isn't it? And she helps you walk.
It?
She keeps walking with you through she actually opens a door for you, and she's able to somehow control the door so that she can walk with you over into the hallway. So she's able to walk back down to room 1 and then 2 and then up. She waits with you at 2 and says, well, do you want me to fetch the others?
Yes, please.
So she puts her palm out. Well, hand it over.
Oh, the stone.
Yes.
Here you go.
All right. And so she grabs it and like wanders off. And next thing you know, Riot and Navarre, Auntie Bach is there again. Now, which one of you wants to try this next?
Do you think if we link arms, we can both go? Navarre just links arms with Riot. See if it works.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. So she manages to. Actually, you both need to do a Constitution. Charisma
saving.
Was it charisma? Yeah, it was a charisma saving throw.
Charisma.
Yeah.
10.
15.
All right. So, Riot, you make it through. Unfortunately,
Navarre got splinched.
Navarre. You somehow smack into the wall, and
You'll never make it to the train now.
you take 2 bludgeoning damage because you bonked your head.
I have a giant red spot on my forehead. How embarrassing.
So Auntie Bach,
2 bonking damage.
Yeah, 2 bonking damage. Yeah, so she manages to get Riot with Rose. Navarre, you kind of collapse on the other side of the wall, and she shows up again, and she just shakes her head. Oh, we'll do it the other way then. And she takes your hand and walks through the doors instead, and then manages to get you over to Rose and Riot. And she hands the stone back to Rose.
Okay.
And she holds on to your hand and says, are you ready now?
Yes. Grab
All
on.
right. And
Are we linking arms?
Mm-hmm. You go through, and Delcy is here, and now you're in a room that doesn't have any other doors besides the one that you just came through.
Okay. All right.
And as soon as Delcy sees you, she conjures another blight.
Not gonna work.
Right, looks at them. I don't think these are real, remember? Illusory magic.
Whose turn is it? It's Riot's, right?
Oh, actually, this is a very wily blight. The blight goes first. And since we're in marching order, it's going to go after Riot. And it swings at Riot and misses.
Mm-hmm. Riot just shakes her head. Mm-hmm. She's just going to walk straight through it. Or walk into it.
I guess it takes an opportunity attack. It is a legitimate blight.
Oh, beans! Right, yells at the hag. You lied!
It bites your ankles.
It is absolutely surprised that you walked into it and misses.
Am I just hugging it now, or did I walk through it?
I think you just sort of like step around it.
Mm-hmm.
So Delcy tries to get by you, Riot, so you can take an opportunity attack.
Block the door.
I will. I have my glaive, and I try to trip her. Oh, I roll, but I got an 18.
That hits.
All right. She falls.
All right, so she is now prone. And she conjures another blight.
While she's prone?
Yep. And now it is Quast's turn if he wants to take it.
Oh yeah, he's gonna dive bomb that chick right between the eyes.
All right.
His signature move.
Oh yeah. 11 and 11? Will that do it? 11?
Unfortunately not. So Quast
I was trying to be
dive
hopeful.
bombs and somehow Delcy just like, I don't know, he maybe goes for her
rolls over.
massive red hair and just sort of like gets entangled into the hair and swoops back up.
When she conjures them, does she say something or does she do something with her hands or both?
She summons them with words.
Okay.
All right. So Navarre, it is your turn.
Try to see if I can reach out and touch her with my cold hands.
All right, do it.
16.
That hits.
All right. Creepy, ghosty, skelly, chilly hands coming at her for 4 damage. Cold damage. No, that's a lie. Necrotic damage.
All right.
Doesn't that
So-
skeletal hand hold on to whatever body part
does.
it attacks?
It clings.
So could it do something, I don't know, around her mouth hole?
Yeah. It wraps its creepy fingers around her jaw. Yeah. With its palm on her mouth.
This is weird.
I'm sorry, that's what it is. It's a necrotic cold hand.
All right.
I'm glad you got right. It's like eye winks.
So you've got Delcy sort of like struggling with this creepy cold hand. 2 blights in the room. She's still prone. And Rose, it is now your turn.
I am going to I'm gonna go swing out one of the blights because right now I'm feeling quite cocky about my blight smiting skills.
All right, go for it.
That's a 5? No, wait, that's a 7?
Unfortunately, you're feeling really, really confident, and you overswing, and it just like completely misses.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. Real embarrassing.
All right.
I promise I'm not used to doing this in front of people.
All right, so now it is the Twig Blight's turn, and it goes for Navarre,
Come at me, bro.
and it hits you.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I said it, I didn't mean it.
so let's see. It does. So it hits you for 3 piercing damage.
I still have 1 temp hit point left. Nah.
All right, Riot, it is your turn.
Well, there's a prone Delcy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Riot's probably feeling a little raw about all this after their great conversation, the sleeping giant. So I guess she's gonna try to slice up one of those pretty calves.
All right, go for it.
All right, got a 9.
Unfortunately, those pretty calves look too pretty to you, and you miss.
So nervous.
Hey, we all have our thing.
All right, so the Delcy sort of like glares at all of you. She's gonna actually fall out of. She's gonna hold on to her whatever she's planning on doing, and the Blight goes next. And it hits Riot for another 3 piercing.
All right.
Quoth? What would Quoth like to attempt an
Oh
attack
yeah,
again?
he's gonna do his signature move.
All right.
Hopefully. This time. Oh, burr, burr, burr. Oh yeah, this time it's happening. So he's gonna crit on that 1 piercing damage, I think, which makes it 2 piercing damage.
Yes.
Sweet.
All right, and that's going for Delcy?
Yeah, can he... Let's see, is it just 1 hit, or can I have him peck her twice?
He doesn't have multi-attack, right?
No, I just mean, like, visually, that each peck would do 1 damage.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah.
For the folks at home.
Since we're going for all the senses, he's gonna poke at her eyes.
Whoa!
He might just get, like, the brow or something, and
Yeah,
I'll leave that up to the
exactly.
DM.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is only 1, so
Yeah.
he's not going to do that much damage. So yeah, she probably like her eyebrows are bleeding.
Works for me. I mean,
All right.
it looks sick. That's what matters.
All right, so then the green hag, Delcy, is going to go because she fell out of turn. No, she's going to wait for Navarre, actually. Go ahead, Navarre.
Convenient. Okay. Well, this creepy skeletal hand slithers back because it only lasts for 1 round. And I'm going to try to do Hex
Okay.
on Delcy. See if
Okay.
I can place a curse on her so that she can take extra necrotic damage. Ooh, that's a 21.
Yes. All right.
Sweet. Okay, I guess I'll do charisma. So she gets disadvantage on charisma checks
Okay.
when I hit her with necrotic damage, or whoever deals. No, I deal. I'll deal extra necrotic damage next time, and it is
Okay.
concentration.
All right. Okay. So now it is Delcy's turn, and she's just like screaming and shrieking at you. Why won't you let me just go about my business?
Your business didn't sound like it would end well for the people in the town.
Yeah, your business is shady.
Oh, just you wait. And she is going to cast another Twig Blight. So it appears in front of you, Riot, and attacks and hits and gets you for 4 piercing damage. And she's up on her feet now, and it's Rose's turn.
Yeah, not for long. Okay. I think I'm still standing near one of the blights, but I'm going to direct some of my chi and channel Fist of Unbroken Air at Delty.
Sounds so cool.
So she has to roll a strength saving throw.
Okay.
And if she fails, she takes some bludgeoning damage. So I'll...
What does she have? What's the target?
that's a great point. You 12.
She only got a 9, so she did
Okay.
not save.
So she takes 3d10 bludgeoning damage.
3d10?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, go for it. Roll.
Okay.
Level 3.
Okay, so that's 12 damage.
All right, so Delcy shrieks.
She's also knocked prone in
All right.
that process.
All right, so she shrieks and falls back down and just like screams at all of you. Just leave me to my plans. And now it is a Twig Blight's turn. And seeing how things are going, it's going to go for Rose. And it misses.
I was prepared to use my patient defense and dodge out of the way, but I'll just stand here and look at it swing pass by me.
All right, Riot, it's your turn.
Cool. She's gonna stab her glaive.
Oh,
well, no.
no,
I mean-
that's okay.
I mean, I don't want to.
You could try to tie her up.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring the glaive down on try to knock Dulcie out.
All right.
Dulcie, I mean. She's like hearing us have these conversations.
Yeah.
Mostly Riot just hears Rose go,
Yeah, and you see Riot just kind of like flip the glaive around in her hand, not move her body. An 8.
Again, you're like, her green eyes are sparkling up at you.
So I just kind of like
You
nudge her in the
miss.
shoulder.
So yes, you miss.
Great. Okay, cool. Riot just shuffles back.
I see you're doing as well as you did in the Sleeping Giant.
you do not have to take that.
I did great. I had a great time there.
Twink Blight's turn. This one is it takes a swing at Navarre and misses. Now it is Qua's turn.
Signature move.
Okay.
Good old Quath. Nope. He swoops to the side, and his the feathers on his wing brush her forehead just lightly. Perhaps he feels bad about trying to poke her eyes out. Quath is sentient. He's got feelings.
Aw. All right, Navarre, it's your turn.
Since she did the hex and she can do an additional necrotic damage, she's going to try the spooky, chilly, creepy skeletal hand again.
Okay.
And see if she can reach out and grab her face again. For 16.
Yes, that hits.
Sweet. So it reaches out, and as the hand is coming toward her, the fingers are like wiggling like in like a wave, real creepy like. Navarre may be a little excited about this, doing her little combo here. So that's 3 damage plus an additional d6 for the hex. Another 3, so that is 6 total.
All right. So she is pretty injured, and the hag in the room has been joined by the other hag, and they're just sort of cheering you on. Yes, that's right, dearies, get her. And now it is a Twig Blight's turn. And it crit fails, so it swings and trips on its feet, let's say.
Navarre points and laughs.
I know how that feels.
Dulcie, it is her turn, but again, she's going to fall out of initiative and wait. So,
Oh, really?
Rose, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to use my final bit of key energy to disengage from the blights so that I don't provoke them.
Mm-hmm.
And do some fancy flip work over toward Dulcie because she's still prone, correct?
That's right.
While she's down, I want to jump on her and try to kind of get my quarterstaff under her arms and like kind of get them twisted back behind her and get them held in place. Kind of like how you see with pirates and like
Sure.
stuff. Would you like me to do dexterity or strength or just martial arts attack?
Martial arts attack sounds
Okay.
great.
Crit!
Nice.
So I wasn't really planning to damage her, but I can roll that anyway, since I assume it would hurt if one wrenches somebody else's arm.
Yes. And you can attempt to knock her out, like Riot attempted to as well.
Oh, I would like to knock her unconscious, yes. Okay.
I can see it. You just like lift her arms with your staff. So
And
her
then drop her
rib cage comes off. Yeah, and then just drop her.
Drop her on the ground. So 7 damage, and I drop her head on the ground.
There is.
All right, now she is really, really injured at this point, but she's still not completely down.
So she's still conscious.
She is still conscious.
Okay.
So another Twink Blight. Oh, go ahead.
I'm still sitting on her, by the way.
Okay. Twink Blight attempts to pry you off of her and fails. Riot, it is your turn.
Right, it's like, I feel like we're missing something here, and it's not just, this cheering section we've always needed and wanted. Gesturing at the hags, who are doing nothing, by the way.
I know, they're just like go on, get her.
The worst ladies ever.
We're actually keeping her magic at bay. So that
See if you can get
do
her to tell you more about her plan.
You want to know about her plan. She wants to destroy Vandalin. Is that enough for you?
That's true.
Do Dulcie's eyes say otherwise? Although I'm pretty sure we already...
We established the other hags were telling us the truth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right. Right, takes her glaive and is gonna attempt to stab the blight. She's not trying to toothpick it. Yes! All right, 22.
You definitely connect with the Twig Blight. Do your damage.
I'll blow this jerk off the... 9 slashing damage.
All right, you destroy the Twig Blight. It splinters apart.
Like that, Rose?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is how we do it.
All right, and another Twig Blight goes, and it's gonna go
for Bard.
Goes for Riot. Rose. And it misses.
Rose sticks her tongue out.
All right, Quoth. Gonna do his signature move.
Sure. There are no blights left, right?
There are 2 blights left, I think.
Oh, there are 2 blights left.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Rose is now tangled in this situation.
I'm just sitting on her.
I'm going to send Quoth after one of those blights, see if he can rip it apart with his talons.
All right.
That will be a 19.
Yes. So you
Cool.
do
1 piercing damage with his claws.
All right, and as he floats away, it tries to attack him, take an opportunity to attack, and it misses. And Navarre, it's your turn.
So, Navarre looks to Riot and Rose to see if she can get a sense of, are we just incapacitating her now rather than obliterating her?
That would be Rose's preference, but
Okay, so I'm
that doesn't
getting
have
a sense
to be...
with the eye contact. Oh wait, I can do a cantrip. I can point at you, and I can be like, I can whisper. I do message, and I point at Rose, and I say, "So you just want to incapacitate her and not obliterate her?"
Right.
Okay, I'd make sure that was like in game, in character. Well, in that case, then I point to Riot, and I say, "Didn't Carp tell you something about a hag having a special item?"
A potion or an amulet. Yeah. Search your body.
Yes.
Am I saying this out loud or am I saying this
Oh,
in my
no,
mind?
so you whisper it to me and only I can hear it.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, that's
And
how
I'm
message
covering,
works. Forgot
right,
to
it's also covering
clarify.
her mouth so no one can see her lips move.
Okay, so then I will say, hold her still, Rose, and I'm gonna try to pat her down and like reach in her pockets and stuff. See if I find anything.
she doesn't really have anything on her person at this moment. And the hags are like, "Oh, go on. You can do the looting after."
Oh, okay. So I don't see anything out of the ordinary. No amulets or nothing.
No.
Just clobber with your quarterstaff while you're over here.
Yeah, sure. I'll give it a swing and try to bonk her. Give her some bonking damage.
All right.
Brr, brr, brr. Can I do non-lethal crit damage?
Yes, you may. All right, roll your damage.
A 20. That would be F6 non-lethal damage.
All right, so you smack her, and she gets a little bit woozy, but doesn't quite pass out.
This one's a fighter.
Or a cheater.
When your spell leaves her face, she sort of like, her head is really spinny, and then she sort of evaporates from your grasp, Rose, and just becomes this puff of green. And it's when you inhale accidentally, it's sort of like it feels like it's caustic.
Ugh.
But yeah, so the hags very, very happily start screeching, "Ah, you did it, you did it. Wonderful."
We did?
Yeah. So now what?
Don't you know a victory when you see one? Oh.
Is that what victory tastes like?
I didn't know hags disapparated. This is
Well, she was a green hag. A wily one, that one. Thank you ever so much for dealing with her.
Noted. Now we know how hags
You're very
die.
welcome, Auntie Buck and Granny Rogue. Rogue?
Roog.
Riot puts her hands on her hips. Yeah, guess you owe us one now.
And they start immediately rifling through things. Oh, here you go, here you go. There's oh, look at this. It's a potion of poison resistance. Sure, the potions are made of Medusa eyeballs and spider secretions, but magic is magic, right?
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter how it tastes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do we want to learn anything? Like, do we want things, or do we want them to...
Knowledge?
Or do we want knowledge?
Come along. Here, have some food and drink. And they take you out into the original room that you came into, and there's like cauldron of stuff that they try to serve you. It is absolutely vile.
We ate before we entered the Neverwinter Club.
I'm good, thanks.
Oh, you're going to turn this down, are you? This hard worked upon soup. Oh, fine.
It's better for you to enjoy it and
we want
keep
to
your health.
It's part of your compensation, right?
Navarre points very subtly and whispers to Rose, "Hey, don't you have that ability where you can make food edible or something?"
I whisper back, "It's only heat it up or chill it. It doesn't change the flavor."
That's unfortunate.
Is this... Yeah, I was just wondering if, like, they feel they owe each of us or that they owe us collectively.
If you ask them, it would probably be collectively.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just take that potion. That seems like it'll come in handy.
Oh, yes,
Rose
yes.
would like information.
Finest potions. Yes, very expensive. The Medusa eyes and that sort of thing, dears.
Do you have any proof? I trust you guys, but how did you know, Delcy? Did she write anything down saying she wanted to destroy Phandalin? Right, it's kind of thinking of
she was
Sildar.
a chatty type, talking this and that, and having her villainous monologue.
All right. I guess I can take that back to Sildar.
Could I ask you guys some questions?
Well, certainly, dearie. Have you come to make a deal?
It would be my compensation.
Oh, I think we've adequately compensated you, haven't we? Oh, yes, I think so.
I haven't taken any food.
Well, it was offered. It was rude not to accept it. Oh, fine. Ask us one question each.
What can you tell me of the Dark Sisterhood?
Oh, the Dark Sisterhood. Would you like to become one of us, dearie?
I feel like I'm entering into I asked him a second question. They're about to not answer it.
I mean...
But is that you?
We are indeed the Dark Sisterhood.
Oh.
Would you like to enter our coven? And they sort of look at you with disdain. Oh, she's too pretty to be part of our coven.
I'm already part of a coven, and she kind of gestures to her companions.
Rose, you can have my question.
They sort of sigh with relief because they did not want another coven mate, particularly any of you.
What was Master Volo so interested about you guys?
Master Volo? Oh, well, we're very interesting, aren't we? You know, the Granny Rug here, she's a grandmother. Oldest and wisest and most powerful hags are called grandmothers. Some are nearly as powerful as archfey.
Wow.
But I'm still respectable as an auntie.
So you're still quite powerful.
Indeed. Are you sure you wouldn't like some stew?
No, really, I had some gingerbread earlier. I'm full up, thanks.
Well then. Suppose you should best be off then. Leave us to our busy work.
By all means.
All right. Yeah. Bright starts ambling towards the door.
Navarre puts her elbows out on each side.
No, we're not going to fit through the door that way.
But we said we would leave together in the Sanderson Sister Saunter.
Yeah, after we get outside the door.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to make a deal, dearies?
I'm not even sure if we go out this door if we're going to end up outside.
What kind of deal would you guys want to make? Rose kind of whispers to Riot and Navarre.
Like an adventuring one? We could do stuff for other people.
I mean, if I get paid. Sure.
Well, what do you have to offer us in exchange? What do you want from us? Great adventure? You want your names in the books, in the hollowed books like Master Volo's? You can do many things, but it depends on what you'd like to offer in exchange.
Can you find missing people?
Oh, we're very powerful indeed.
So that wasn't a yes. Okay.
Wasn't a no either.
True.
Are you missing someone? A loved one? And what would you do to find this loved one?
Right, like searches her person. Shouldn't have a lot of great stuff.
Oh, dearie, we aren't looking for material things.
Really, you don't want like an inch of tiefling horn? Powdered, I hear, does wonders for your looks.
They kind of play with their like really disgusting hair, and it looks like they're actually quite proud of how disgusting and tangled and like, you know, their scalp is sort of bleeding in places, and they're like, we have no need for such things. We're quite precious as we are, aren't we?
Rose asks, Is the offer for a deal only now, or could we return?
Oh, you can always return here. You found your way rather easily, and you knocked on the roof, too. How kind.
She kind of Rose arches an eyebrow, but nods, and we'll return. There's some children we need to get back to their home.
Ooh, children, tasty.
No. No, I am not bringing
None for you.
Oh no, these were cow children. They weren't humans. I'm sorry.
Sorry to say children, I meant kids. I meant goat kids.
No, bother. Well, be off with you then, and should you have need for anything and want to offer something worth our time or while, then you know where to find us.
Yeah, we'll leave a trail of breadcrumbs on the way out. And then Navarre's like reaching for the door handle to get out of there.
It's like a puff of smoke.
Good to meet you, Auntie and Granny.
And you indeed as well, Rose.
She unsteadily turns toward the door and just kind of shuffles out.
All right, so you can head back and find the children rather easily. It's getting twilight now, but that area that was really darkened seems to have cleared up with whatever had happened there. And you get to the tree where Malak and Ephenia are, and Navarre. What you notice is that where the two children were, there is a blanket, and it's made of black feathers, and it seems like there's a shape underneath this blanket, but only you see it, Navarre.
Oh, okay. And so I don't see any children. I see a blanket. Do Rose and Riot not see any children either?
There's a shape underneath the blanket.
Okay. Well, recognizing that it's feathers, it's a theme here with the Raven Queen as her patron, she slowly kneels down and reaches the blanket and lifts it up to look underneath.
And you see the two sleeping children there. And what Riot and Rose see is just Navarre kneeling down and pulling back a regular blanket.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Interesting. Does it feel any different around here to me? Like, does it feel cold or anything?
No, it seems like it's, regular twilight evening. The two children sort of rub their eyes and look up at you, and the little boy Malak says, "Did you save the elf?"
Navarre looks over her shoulder.
Yes, we helped her.
She's freed of her. Yeah,
we set her
disappear like
free.
a puff of smoke.
she's freed from her cage.
Oh, that's good. We're glad that Ilmater helped save her. So now that that's all done, we really don't want to go back to the church. You won't take us back to the church, will you?
Let's just take you back to Phandalin, and we'll visit with some other children that we know
We'll talk to
there.
Sildar.
Yeah, there's a real nice guy. Just start calling him Dad when I nudge you, okay? We'll work it from there.
Okay, but you promise, right? You promise? And they both put out pinkies. Pinky swear that you won't send us back to the church.
Riot spits on their pinkies. Is that how I do it?
The little boy's eyes like whelm with tears. And they go wide.
Navarre just wraps an arm around them and sort of like lifts them up so that we can get walking and just says, let's get everyone into, where it's warm and cozy.
You didn't say, though. You didn't say, we don't want to go back. And they start making a fuss. We don't want to go back.
We won't take you to the church.
We're going to take you to our friend Sildar.
Okay, promise. And they put their pinkies out for Rose and Navarre.
Not for Riot.
Not for Riot.
Navarre takes the blanket and wipes their pinkies and then puts her pinky out to pinky promise.
Oh.
All right.
Is that how you do it?
That's how we do it.
Well, normally there wouldn't be spit there to wipe off first.
And so the kids kind of snuggle up into Navarre, and I'm assuming Rose has picked up the other one too. And they just sort of snuggle up and fall asleep in your arms as you walk back to Phandalin, where you safely get into town at dark. And
Navarre just mumbles under her breath, kind of fascinated. She just says, I don't have any siblings. I'm not used to this kid thing. And she just looks at the kid in her arms, but also kind of smiles.
Yeah. And the kid's just like snugging in real close.
It's so cute. It hurts.
And you safely deliver both the children back into town. And Rose, you're still in position of the dreamstone one of the dreamstones that Dulcie was talking about.
Holding onto it.
Hey listeners, it's Kat again. That's a wrap on this mini adventure. Next time on D20 Dames, we're doing a one-shot adventure as part of the Wizards of the Coast Podcasts of Foes special. You can find the full list of participating podcasts and streamers at dnd.wizards.com/POF. In the meantime, like what you're hearing so far? Head on over to iTunes and leave us a review or rating. It helps others discover our podcast. We also really love hearing from our listeners. You can reach out through our social media links, which you can find at d20dames.com. Anyway, that's it for now. Until next time, Misadventure awaits.
D20 Dames is a production of Misadventure Awaits. Music by Middle Essence. Support us on Patreon at patreon.com/D20Dames. What's a Patreon? What's a Middle Essence? What's a production?